And how can we make it easier for CSPs, developers, infrastructure operators, and enterprises to develop, deploy, run, and manage scalable edge solutions? And how are edge AI applications creating an enhanced digital ecosystem? Joining this session are Intel's Tomas Sennhauser. He's Chief Technology Officer, Asia Pacific and also Japan. And next to him is Rakuten Symphony's David Soldani. He's Senior Vice President, Innovation and Advanced Research. And gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you for having us here.
Well, thanks for being here. I know that this is winding down the end of day 2 here at FutureNet Asia, so we know we're all a little bit tired. David, I'm going to start with you and get right into it here, talking about enhanced digital ecosystems and how these edge AI applications are lending themselves to that. Can you give us some insight and unpack that for us?
So first, I'd like to define edge. Edge, we define edge, anything which is around the end user, okay, where the particular service is consumed. Now, think of the network. We typically assume a distance less than 150 kilometers, approximately, due to the latency, right? Links to the latency. Now, bringing the AI on the edge computing platform, I think, is essential, not only for enhancing the mobile end-user experience with new services, but particularly for achieving ultra-reliable low-latency communications. Now, I'll give you some example. If you think of connecting robotic platforms, we will have ability to have cheap robotic platforms because the intelligence of the robots will go to the edge. At the same time, using 5G Advanced and beyond, we have ability now through wireless to remove the cable connecting the robots and also achieve low latency and speed. So by doing this, I think we will have plenty of new use cases which go far beyond the applications, but also connecting robotic platforms to perform any kind of service for us, from logistics down to transport and so forth.
Tomas, how AI applications are lending themselves to these enhanced ecosystems?
Yeah, again, I think what Dave said is correct. I think this is the foundation to get the next level. We talked a lot about edge previously, but now with AI, I think we get a better use case to leverage that investment. I think the key thing what we need to be clear is we need a open environment where we can play that card, and then application comes like robotics, connected, logistic, all the stuff, all this use case we talked the last couple of years with 5G, which we don't have achieved. I think if we get that, we can really bring the logic closer to the end customer or to the customer on the edge side of the house.
David, can you give us an example? And I think you just touched on it just earlier, and you talked about open ecosystems as well, helping CSPs and developers also manage these edge and really scalable ecosystems and solutions.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to say that bringing this kind of capability at the edge also enables the deployment of the 5G in its standalone configurations. Brings many more use cases, right? So there's a good reason why we should shift towards standalone 5G and keep deploying 5G in a way that we can achieve also ultra-reliable latency and communication services. So I think that if you think of linking this AI capability at the edge where you're having the user plane function in direct communication with this kind of services, we can attain much better experience using large language models or anything that requires an immediate interaction between the end user, so say a human peer, and then the intelligent part of the system, which will be extremely close to the end user.
Anything to piggyback on?
Yeah, I mean, what Dave said also is, if we don't have that at the edge, the models are too big. There's too much traffic going to a big data center, and we never get to the latency and even can run that different models, at the customer side of the house. So it's really critical to build that environment to achieve that.
David, back to you, talking about edge AI solutions, and they're really these open standards and software-defined networking. Really, let's talk about the open standards. What's the criticality of that right now?
So thinking of the edge, there's still a few things that need to evolve. Thinking of the platform, what we would like to have is a unified platform, which is basically supports the coupling of the applications and the cloud-native platform underneath. Now, looking at the edge that has been defined by the ETSI today, we are having virtual network functions, so we need to evolve the platform so that I have ability to host not only communication services, but also services like AI that can augment the communication between two peer entities. We typically think of humans communicating with machines, but I think it will be much more important to achieve communication between AI agents, because that is the future. And the edge will be the platform where there will be multiple APIs, where many agents, AI agents, can be in communication and enrich the services and the AI potentials.
And Tomas, from Intel's perspective?
I mean, from Intel's perspective, there's two things on that. One is we want to have a democratized AI, because I think it needs to be open for everybody and not have one company or one country or a population who have access to that. And then the other part is, the standards. I think today what you see in the industry, unfortunately, is there's too many small groups who create an own forum and other one. I think what we need to learn is how can we work closer together? It's okay to let a different standard group have their own, but to really speed up that, I think it's across organization, we need really to do that. I don't think it's a good idea to have everybody building their own. Let's build another AI consortium. I think getting that better together will be definitely help us, because end of the day we have all the same target. We want to have an open API. We want to attract developers, because otherwise nobody can leverage that edge deployments we are doing.
It's a good segue into the final question, and David, I'll start with you and have Tomas finish us. Scaling AI solutions, do you think, from an industry perspective and a perspective by Rakuten Symphony as well, do you think that's progressing at a pace that you're comfortable with? And if not, what can we do to improve that progress?
So thinking of scaling, it would mean that we have ability on our platform to support AI, and particularly, which is extremely heavy, it's the model tuning. So now, in order to achieve this, for example, thinking of Rakuten Cloud, is that we are introducing the cluster pairing and service mesh. In addition to, say, connecting the multiple cluster using a cluster mesh type of solution, which would allow us to run those AI workloads in a way that the load is distributed across multiple platforms, still at the edge, yet meeting the requirements of maintaining an ultra-reliable and low-latency communications between the entities that want to exploit these services. So I think that is definitely a solution to the scalability problem.
Tomas,
what Dave said, I think is we're in the early stage of that. I think I wouldn't say we are ready to scale AI today. There is a lot of pieces and ingredients which are there, but I think there's still a way to go as an industry. And again, I think it's about collaboration, it's about standards, because that will help us to scale. Otherwise, it will be all the time very silo solutions. Maybe some countries get something done, but we're not getting really the value of that. And I think, again, as an industry, if you ask what we need to do is, let's work closer together.
That's a very good place to stop. David Soldani with Rakuten Symphony, we appreciate your time. I know you're going to have to race off to the airport in just a couple seconds, so we'll get that. Don't take our mic. And Tomas, very nice to meet you. I saw you were very active over the last couple of days. I didn't exactly know who you were until I just met you, so now I understand. Okay,
Thank you
very good to meet you as well.
All right. Great, have a good trip home. Thank you. Bye.